boy goes, "It's okay. Children are always welcome." I'm like, "No, they're not. Get in the room." Ariel, stop.
See, when you start running your videos, then you have to instruct her to do that.
Right.
Of course, she won't want to. But
Come do what you do.
You go like this.
Yeah.
Because you heard the man in the background going, "Go, go, go."
Yes.
Then she was sending her back to him.
I saw that.
I'm gonna train my cat to jump up on the computer every now and then.
You gotta do something, Shantae.
Kelly is wonderful.
She is wonderful.
Yes.
But she got gimmicks and tricks, and
oh, absolutely.
You have to know that.
She is definitely a player.
Yeah.
You know.
Listen.
Did you understand?
A little nice white girl gangster.
Yes.
You understand that Kelly is a millionaire.
A little white girl, nice girl gangster.
Yes.
Millionaire.
You don't say that.
That's how she did it.
Yes, she did.
Yes, she did. She real nice like this. Look, I have this perfect, wonderful family, and I want to have all this family. And so I retired my husband.
Yes.
And so we could take care of our baby. Oh, look, there goes the baby flying across the room. Anyway, so
I'm recording this.
You gonna show it to her?
Oh, it does say recording.
No, I just want you to know.
Don't send it to her.
No. The thing I like about Kelly is that she's real the way she's real.
Yeah.
And she's not playing about her money.
Right.
No.
She's not playing about her money. She's seriously about, listen, you get over there and you write some stuff, and y'all get over there and y'all get on and talk to each other, and you running across the room and you send us. She got people.
That's right.
Supposed to do. Everybody has a position.
Did you see how many people signed on, enrolled in her course while we were watching?
Yeah.
Get off of here because you're messing up the papers.
Yolanda?
I did.
How many?
I didn't get the count, but I know I would see, yes, so-and-so, and how were they going to work with them and all of this stuff. And 80. I saw that they sent, they were typing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking forward to working with you. How many?
80.
Now, you know what I wonder about Kelly?
Hold on a second, because I want Yolanda to get the full effect.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I want to do the math.
I'm going to do it for you. 80 people at $8,000 a head. That's $640,000.
Jesus.
And now she's back again doing it for October 28th. Did you get the notice about that?
Yeah.
You should join again.
Mm-hmm.
The second time around, it's going to be clearer.
Right.
You're going to see things you didn't see the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's her whole concept.
Stop.
That you want to do the course 6 times this year.
Right.
Every 2 months, do another launch and do the same launch, just improve on it.
Right.
And by doing that, you're going to make something the first launch, or maybe not.
Hold on, I realized my battery was so low. Mm-hmm.
Second launch, you start making money. By the third launch, you're going to start to really understand and know where your market is.
Right.
By the fourth launch, you're right in there. You're in the sweet spot.
Yeah, I didn't know she signed up 80 people.
I was counting them when I got in. They had like a list of welcome aboard, and there was like 25 people on that. And I was one of them. So I counted those names, and I counted about 4 different posts like that had all the names in it. There were 80 names. They are not playing.
No.
We can do the same thing.
Yeah. So if she does another launch with that same volume, that's over $1 million just from those 2 launches.
Yeah. And guess how long she's been doing the launches this way?
How many years?
1.
What?
She just started.
Huh?
She just started.
I thought she was doing this for some years.
No. She was using Product Launch Formula, which I'm a member of also. And that's, more convoluted, and it's really about the emails and a lot of stuff that I was having you guys do.
Right.
That was the Product Launch Formula way. So right now, we can come back to them, but you don't need the emails. You don't need the lead generator page.
Right.
We're just going for the Facebook close group and CourseCraft to hold your courses. And that's pretty much your system.
Gotcha.
We're going to wait for you. Go do a chapter.
No. I'm looking for my charger.
Uh-huh.
I have two, and I'm like, I just had one. I don't want the battery to die.
Well, you're caught up because Shantae already knew that. And get your charger so you can focus.
All right, hang on one second.
Go ahead.
This is a little crazy. All right, let's see. Let's do that. And
I thought she was going to carry us around with her for a while, huh?
Like I was doing before. Okay, here it is. Okay. I just had it in my hand. I got it. I didn't charge it before I left today.
That's not good.
No. All right.
All right, so I'm going to introduce Shantae.
Okay.
I know you've known her before, but now this is the after.
Yes.
This is the after she has done her live launch, and now she's just so much further along than we are.
Yes.
So what we did is that Shantae started looking at what she was doing, and we wrote up an outline for her to use to talk about what it is she did, how her launch went.
Okay.
So let me just, where are you? Okay. So let me just access that. I think this is it. And Shantae, you're on.
Before I even start doing that, I want to say thank you, Yolanda, for showing up and coming into the group. It helped to stabilize me at moments, to have a friendly face, another friendly face in the room.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks a lot.
You're very welcome.
So I guess it started, the whole thing with which name I was going to call it, of the name she gave us, the lab,
Mm-hmm.
the workshop, the master class, that kind of stuff. And I chose to call mine a workshop,
Mm-hmm.
which already sort of gave me a vision of what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
So on average in the class,
What was the name?
Huh? Oh, the name was the Shiro's Brief Journey, the 5-day workshop, 5-day Shiro's Brief Workshop.
Okay.
From when I was online, I would get anywhere from 1 to 7, 8 people coming into the room.
Mm-hmm.
What was happening simultaneously, though, is you can see in the closed group how many people, when it gets put in units, you can see how many people are watching over the course of time. So on average, people are watching the videos 40 to 50 times for each video.
Nice.
They're most responsive to the videos more than anything else that I've done so far. The total event was 10 days because it was the 5 days of the workshop and it was the 5 days of the cart being open, which actually meant I needed material for 10 days. Which I didn't really communicate to people. So I think people showed up in the bigger numbers in the first 5 days. And the last 5 days, people really trickled in. I had one person, I had 2 people, and somebody left. So I think next time that I'm advertising it, somehow I need to let people know it's 10 days of them showing up, or it's 6 days if you enroll on the first day, but that is a 10-day event. I'm going to be on for 10 days, doing stuff for 10 days. I think I might need to change that. The offer, we're talking about the bonuses here. In terms of the offer, Uncle Elroy?
No, not the bonuses, just the regular program.
Oh, okay. Essentially, we wrote up kind of like Kelly 5 days of a workbook to use to engage people. And it was primarily questions. Initially, I asked a lot of back and forth questions. So I asked this, I need you to answer. And one of the things that some of the ladies said was that was very difficult because they would be typing an answer, so they weren't really listening to me at that point. And then when it would finally come up on my screen, I would be answering that question, so other people couldn't quite follow why I went backwards. So, so the last couple of days, I did more multiple choice, true and false, stuff that people could just put one letter, or you know what I mean, a T, a F, A, B, or C, so they didn't have to do a lot. But Uncle Elroy also brought to my attention that some of that's good. You want people to want to come back to get more information.
Right.
Or to not feel like they are completely fulfilled when they leave. So got to figure that part out. The value proposition, initially I didn't understand my slides. I didn't understand them in a way that I could explain it to other people. And then Uncle Elroy helped me to put it in a way that I could explain, each part could cost this much, this much, this much, which would total $3,000 and something. And then we could charge half price, and that would cost this. But our real offer, our offer this time was, and I had a range, and my range was $20 to $197.
Right.
I got 3 sales No, I got.
Okay.
I'll tell you what. I got one sale where the lady paid double my asking price. I got one person who paid the minimum, and then I gave one person a scholarship. I figured somebody paid double, you could give somebody a scholarship.
Sure.
So at this point, still deciding what the price point needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I think looking at 200, 250. It's a 9-week course. I had to be convinced. Um, Let me just say this inside of this. I've had several crises of confidence throughout this process. And one of the crises of confidence has to do with pricing. And also, I forgot that there were other things except for how I did outreach. So I got stressed. So the workbook, I forgot to put in homework.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that when Kelly did it, it gave people a reason to come back the next day and write down,
Mm-hmm.
Whatever their answers were. And she gave us really simple stuff. I think one was like, in four words, describe your program or the name of your program.
Right.
So I forgot to do the last part of that. So I would suggest to you and to me and anybody else that we put the homework back in and give people the opportunity to come back to answer that question. People like to be smart. We decided the pillars of my program are open-mindedness. I need people to come in and be receptive, not only to the material that I'm presenting, but to their peers, and also for me to be open-minded to some of the stuff they're bringing to the table. Honesty. It doesn't make any sense for anybody to do this if they're not going to talk about what's really going on and how they're really feeling and what the experience was really like. Participation. You get out of it what you put into it. So I'm really encouraging people to speak their piece, to participate, to be in the
Mm-hmm.
discussions, to do the homework, to do all of those things that are assigned, and finally the homework. The journaling. Most of my homework are journaling assignments.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that I'm going to have the journal assignments posted in the clones group. So how closely did you execute the model? I think I did execute it fairly well. I think at times I forgot little things like that my intuition was, good and I should follow it. I forgot things at times, uh, like not being perfect, but being in my purpose. Um, I think that's a big one is when I remembered the times I remembered why I was there and what I was trying to do, I was okay and my confidence was good. Where did results come from? All three of the people who enrolled are people that I know and that I have personal relationships with. But there are still 40 to 50 women hovering around, still watching my videos. So they came from Facebook friends, they came from family, friends on Facebook. They came from some of the, like a family member referred somebody who referred at least 3 people. So far, they're all coming pretty much from, I'm the core, and then sort of growing tentacles out. But I think next time I need to do a Facebook ad. What didn't work? One of the days, I had a really rough transition from the workshop to the open cart. And I'm still not sure what I think was my biggest problem making the transition. But certainly, Uncle Elroy kept talking to me about hard selling versus soft selling, and that's actually something I would still suggest that we do in class again and talk a little bit more about, because I think that was the biggest difficulty I had throughout the process. And it shook me. And made it shook me. What do I want to, changes do I want to make for the relaunch? I want to add the Facebook ad. I think that I need to rework my workbook so that it has less so that when I'm communicating with the ladies in the group, that I'm either more patient so that their responses are getting to me and I'm answering them in real time, or I need to move my workstation because it may have something to do with my Wi-Fi back here. What else would I like to change? So I need to change the workbook. I need to continue to work on the open cart presentations. So I think those are the big ones. What new things did I try? Everything I tried was new.
Yeah.
Everything I tried was new. And it's very simple, but keeping all the fires in the iron and manipulating them is something I need to keep practicing. You know, being able to speak and use the mouse and look at my paperwork, but stay focused on my audience. So I think that comes with practice. I've gotten pretty good at doing the live Facebooks. So now I have to learn Zoom. In a different
have to learn what?
Zoom.
Oh, okay.
So because I'm gonna run my workshop out of Zoom.
Oh, you're not gonna do the Facebook?
The Facebook Live, at least the way I understand it, for 2 reasons. There are 2 reasons I'm not gonna do it. One is the way I'm understanding it, the Facebook Live is really about recruitment and getting people into the group to try to convert them into clients. And it wasn't conducive to people being able to see me, because
I did hear something with that. I think I heard you say the next time you'll be able to see me, we can see each other. Okay.
Because this makes a major difference. And it was also difficult for me because there were at least 2 occasions that there was a woman in the room that I was pretty sure was in real pain, and it would have helped me to be able to see her, and for the rest of the group to be able to see her, so that even though we were doing selling and we had work down, that it was a way of showing how it worked, and
Okay.
it was a missed opportunity in some ways. But so I'm going to do it in Zoom because that's part of what they asked me for and part of what I knew I needed to do anyway.
Okay.
What do you want to continue to do? I want to continue to get better at this. If I could make $420 out of 30 weeks of classes, that's pretty good. Just kidding.
I'm like, huh? Like
No,
what?
it really, the launch really was about 2 weeks and a couple of days. Um, and so I want to continue to do it all. I just want to get better at it. I want to get it as close to perfect as I can while staying on purpose.
Okay.
How did you take payments? That was Firstcraft does it. Uncle Elroy acted as my person in the room, like Kelly people. And so we started to direct them to the Course-Craft site. While we were doing the seminars, and so people went to Course-Craft. One person went to Course-Craft, 2 people went to Course-Craft and signed in themselves.
Okay.
And enrolled and paid what they had to pay. I used PayPal and connected it to Course-Craft. And you have to connect the bank account to PayPal. So I guess it goes from the person to PayPal, from PayPal to your bank account. What else? I figured out inside of Course-Craft that I could give somebody a scholarship. So there's a place in there where I was able to take a link and send the link to the person, and that person was able to enroll with the link.
Okay.
So what else is here? What interaction did you have with prospects? The person who paid that big amount, I had a direct call with, and I forgot what it's called, a something close. And I was able to talk to her, and she went and did it while we were on the phone. The other young lady was having some financial problems. So when her money came in, I opened it, let her pay, and then I still have it. I got to figure out, I forgot to close it again. And in the groups, I think I had good interaction. It was a smart group of women with a range of, my mom died 29 years ago, but I'm still experiencing difficulty as a result of it. My mom died 2 months ago, and I really like being here, but she didn't join. She came every night during the free workshop, and she participated, and she talked about how great it was. And you know, I've reached out to her not to say, hey, how come you didn't join, but to say, are you okay? Is everything all right? We miss you. And she said she's okay. She didn't say much more than that.
Okay.
I think I had good interaction. I think people responded fairly well to me. What do you think convinced the prospects to enroll? I think they knew that I knew what I was talking about. Um, Despite my own fears, it was laid out. Each day there was an agenda, and we went through the agenda from the beginning until the end. So preparation.
Okay.
Preparation, my personality, my ability to be open to wherever they came from, and the fact that I am my own client. What did I do after the event? I went to sleep. I was so, it's exhausting.
I'm sure.
And I don't know where it fits on that thing. The last night of the cart being open is the worst.
Why?
For me, there was a little bit of anxiety every night because you want to believe that you're going to get this whole bunch of people and you're going to make all this money. And I knew that that probably wasn't realistic, but it's still there.
Right.
And like, what if nobody joins? Oh my God, like, not only am I going to feel like a failure, but I'm going to feel Uncle Elroy and then the other two people in the class. What are they going to think? Does this really work? Like, just all of that was anxiety provoking for me. And the last night was the worst because the one woman had bought by the time the cart closed. So I was like, how the hell am I going to have a group with this one lady? And do I have to give her money back? And what does this mean?
Wait, you said if you only had one person?
Yes.
But why would that be a problem?
Because I was looking at it as a group, and I knew she enrolled in it as perceiving it to be a group.
Okay.
And so the idea of giving her money back was disheartening. I mean, I would have offered to do it individually, clearly. Right. But that's not necessarily what she bought. How did I onboard clients? Did I explain that already? Uncle Elroy?
Explain it again. We're talking about starting the group and everything.
Opened a private Facebook group for those ladies. Made sure, one of the things, setting Course-Craft up, so that when they went in, there was something to see. So all of my courses are loaded into Course-Craft, but only one is open. So they can see that one. They can see my bio. They can see the overview. That's what's open. They can see the overview of what is to come. So, you know, there's a big welcome when they join inside of Course-Craft, and inside the closed group that I opened for them, I also put a welcome in there for, you know, the people who enrolled, and I had to get people's email addresses. So I sent them instant messages and asked for email addresses and explained they needed to join Zoom and I needed the email addresses so that I could send invitations to them. So, you know, everybody is safely in the closed group. I told them that work assignments could be posted inside the closed group, that, you know, we would stay in contact in that closed group, whatever's going on, that they could go to the bigger group if they wanted to, or, you know, stay in the little pod of their closed group. So
when you say go to a bigger group, you mean with someone else?
I have two closed groups. So I have the closed group that Kelly described that is for the purpose of getting prospects in.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have a closed group for people who bought the program.
The one who's actually joined. Okay.
Yeah. So those people are they're in both groups because they came into the first group and then they were put into the second group based on the fact that they bought.
Okay.
Course-Craft is actually much simpler than it appeared to be. So I think you'll find that really simple if your slides are done. The courses and lessons, you can just load in your slides. You can download them into Course-Craft, and it's a clickable item where they can click it and the whole course will come up.
Okay.
PayPal, I explained. I had to take my PayPal account. I had to change my PayPal account. My PayPal was a personal account.
Right.
Now a business account.
Okay.
I had to change my PayPal account. PayPal had to verify my bank account with my bank.
Mm-hmm.
So you need your routing number and your bank account number and all of that stuff to put into PayPal. And after they authorized it, it's just set up to dump into my account. Landing page. I guess the landing page right now is what's in the closed group. And what I did to try to do some minor branding was there's a road on the closed group that I used. I used that same road in Course-Craft on what I guess is the landing page. So Shiro's grief journey will be known by the road. Enrollment did that, and the lesson pages you have in your slides. You can pretty much, whether you cut and paste or you just reword it. There were 3 areas I used. One is a short description you have to put on the heading, and then a short description of whatever it is you're going to do in that course. Then you can put another heading that gives you more detail about what's going on in the course. Then I downloaded the course so that they could click it, and then I did homework and stuff the answers stuff the questions for the homework assignment in an area. So each of my pages has 1, 2, 3, 4 parts to
it. Okay. And that's for each one, right?
Yeah, and you can do other stuff if you want. There's other stuff you can do on the page. You can download videos. I didn't do that yet. I may do that. I think there's something that I'm getting that says face to face. and Kelly talked about it, that it's about human contact. It's about uh, being with people.
Mm-hmm.
So I probably need to put some videos in Course because whatever people think when they look at you and they hear, your diction and your vocabulary and whatever else it is
Mm-hmm.
that makes people go, yeah, that I like what she's doing. I like what she's saying. I like how she moves.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that's what I got. And although I said it was exhausting, it's also exhilarating.
Yeah.
The I've never been willing to take a chance like this and put myself out there and risk embarrassment or failure. And I'm in 100% this time. And I know that, what I put out did well in that I got 3 people that I didn't have 3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And they gave me money.
Mm-hmm.
So next time I'll tighten up the workshop, let people know it's a 10-day workshop or something like that, and open the cart in the middle of the workshop or something. That was my big takeaway, is the transition from whatever you call your 5 days to opening your cart is key, and it's sensitive because, especially with what I'm doing, people want to think you're there because you care about them.
Right.
And as soon as you say, give me some money, that feeling they had with you that you cared
Mm-hmm.
goes away a little bit. But they're still there, so I just got to keep posting in that closed group and gain people's trust and respect, and hopefully they'll still be able to be converted.
Okay. So, Shante, as usual, was more open than she needed to be, and more critical of her success than she should be. A lot of the material, was done and last minute, on the fly. We saw Kelly's presentation starting September 9th. And Shantae's mother passed, well, her birthday was the 21st.
Mm-hmm.
So she wanted to have the 21st as the start date to kick off for her 5-day workshop. So actually, in less than 10 days, all of this was put together.
Mm-hmm.
And 63 people were recruited. So the 63 people started this whole situation, the whole process. And out of that, 3 people registered,
Mm-hmm.
about 5% of the 63. And those are the numbers that we were told it's possible to get.
Mm-hmm.
So what should have happened, if there had been more time, it would have happened, I believe, that Shante would have been able to recruit 300 people to the group, and therefore possibly registering 15 people. So that's the goal for the next group. And we're looking at inexpensive Facebook ads to supplement the next launch. So there should be 300 in the group the next time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
and next time I'll have people to give me testimonials.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So what do you think, Yolanda?
I think it was fantastic.
You just went off camera.
Oh, sorry. I think it was fantastic. I think I caught the first one, the first launch day. Then I was able to connect like two other sessions. I thought that each one, um, you were believable. Not that anything was fraudulent, but sometimes someone could be sincere, but they don't come across as that. So you came across really, really well. I, to be honest with you, a few times I had to get beyond. I wanted to know the donation thing. Like, why was that the donation? Like, why were they given an option to donate?
I decided to do the donation because at first I was going to just do it free.
Mm-hmm.
And then I decided maybe I can make a couple of dollars out of this, but I didn't want to do the first one at a full ask. Um, and risk not getting anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And that was basically it. I wanted to make sure that I could get some people in, that I could test the whole program, um, and see how it goes, and not have people have paid a price of $200, $300, $400 for something I hadn't tested. So I'm sort of this is where the rubber meets the road. Is how does the Shiro's journey work when people go through it and not just in Shantae's head?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so I elected to do the donation for this particular one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I'm kind of glad that I did,
Mm-hmm.
um, because I get a lot of benefits out of this. I get them to do it. I get them to tell me how it was. I get them to give me testimonials, and I get to test the program. And I
Mm-hmm.
get to do it for $420.
Hmm. Okay. Well,
Now, that was a
can you
decision.
hold on one
Yeah.
second? What? Ariel, go to bed. No, go to bed. All right. This is not Kelly. Uh, so yeah, the reason I was asking, I mean, I don't know. We're learning together, and I'll be modeling behind you. I just thought that this is just me not knowing any better. I thought that the donation. Oh wait, this room is dark. Sorry. I thought that the donation was it's actually not even relevant. It's not even about the money. It's about the process of what you're doing. So it's not really relevant. I just thought that it has been tested because you've walked that journey. And, if
Yeah,
you
it
felt good
has.
doing a donation, I think you could have gotten more. Not that that's relevant. That's like a sidebar. I
Well,
Yeah.
watched
how
you.
much do you think she could have charged?
I would say on the low, like 100. I think it's cool that you did it that way because you're going to see that growth. And I like the fact that this was like your pioneering group, like how Elroy did us. Like, in spite of what we're putting him through for 32 weeks, he hasn't said, you know what, this is enough. I'm going to start charging if you want to finish. So I like that. It's like paying it forward. You're giving what you received. But I watched and I thought that you were really, really, really good at what you were doing. You knew what you were doing, and people will pay.
I
Maybe we
appreciate
don't
that.
come out the gate with 500 the first time, but I think like Kelly did, if you don't take it this time, the next launch is going to cost this. Or no, the next time you join, it's going to go from 6,000 to 8,000. So
well, that's where I think I should start now. Is at 6,000?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
You could borrow Ariel.
I'm gonna train this cat to jump on the screen every once in a while. And no, thank you for the feedback. That I don't intend to do donations again.
Yeah.
That's not the move. So you said 100 on the low end.
Yeah.
What do you think on the high end?
We're new. I would go one. I would say between 1 and because how many weeks is it?
9.
That's a long time. When I say a long time, it's not a long time like dragging out, but they're getting a lot. So I would say between 100 and at least 4. 1 to 4, 1 to 5. If you don't want to risk it, coming out the gate, maybe 4, but it's well worth it. It's well worth it because they're going to learn how to move through a process. A lot of people carry grief for years and they haven't known what to do with it. So you're providing them with a platform that allows them to join a group where they're not being judged because there's not people that know them. Well, get over it. These are people who can't judge because we don't know the story. We just know your grief. Yeah. So I love it. And, a few times I was like, well, my mom is still living, but I need to join this group. And then I wanted to refer a few people. And I realized I wrote down all these names. And I had to remember, no, this is for women. It was like men that I knew would want this. And you actually opened my eyes because my launch, my product, I wanted it to be just open for helping people to brand themselves. After watching yours, I realized I need to narrow this down to women. And Elroy asked me before, do you want to just do women? I said, no, it's for whoever wants to be branded. And no, I have to narrow audience down. So I can't worry about what if a man needs to be branded. I'm going to target women. Maybe somewhere down the line, I'll target men. But you help me get more clear also.
Thank you.
Yeah. Because when I realized, well, I can't refer this person, I can't refer that person because they're men, each time that I did watch, and a few times I went back to videos. If I wasn't live, I was able to look at footage. And each time you spoke, good night, okay?
No, I'm going to sleep with Mommy.
God, Mommy loves you, okay?
I'm going to sleep with Mommy.
No, you're not going to sleep with me tonight, okay?
Yeah.
Say good night.
Night, night.
Night, night.
Good night, baby.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Say your prayers, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Go, Ari. So, yeah, you helped me to get very clear.
Go, Kelly.
Shantae, you guys don't see the other part. Sit on the goddamn couch. So
even watching her, you see, I moved my where I'm usually sitting when we are on.
Yes.
I bought myself a tripod to put my phone on.
Right.
Because I've actually been doing my live videos from my phone.
Really?
Because the phone is much clearer.
Than
the video, I think, there. And it was easier to have this thing, the phone is sitting off to the side over here. So sometimes I had stuff on my computer screen that I was reading from. So I actually had both. Then I bought myself this handy dandy light because somebody gave Uncle Elroy feedback saying that it was too dark.
Okay.
Where I was presenting from. And I know Kelly's was nice and bright and white.
Yeah.
I don't have nice and bright and white.
Right.
But I do have peach. And it is more compact. So you just are seeing what you're seeing and not anything about my life.
Right.
That sword over my head. But those were things that I got from it too. Is good lighting is helpful. Um, and again, I used my phone was just far
Okay.
easier to do the live from for me.
Okay. Yeah. So when you like, the donation, they made a comment. It was like a joke. You were like, oh, if you want to give me $1 million, you know. So that was cool. Like there was still a sense of humor,
Yeah,
even
see,
though it's
that's very scary for me because I don't know who's in the room.
yeah.
That I could make a joke and there'd be 20 people in the room and 18 think it's really funny
Right.
and 2 think she's making fun when my mother's dead.
Like Richard Pryor said, have a Coke and a smile and shut up.
Have
So
to do well-placed jokes.
yeah, you helped me in a few ways. One with this is just on a personal note. You helped me to get clear, and I struggle with charging people. So when I heard you say donation, if it's me, it's easy for me to say donation. But I was sitting back watching you, and it wasn't easy for me to accept you saying donation. So it made me say, you gotta, like, I'll give stuff for free. And why? It's like, do I think my product's not good enough? Like, hold on, we're gonna flip this a little. So you helped me get clear. I got why, as you kind of said something about it. You didn't give them too much information, but the way I took it is as what you feel that this is worth for you, what you're getting out of it. Something along those lines. You kind of put the ball in there. And like, there's no reason for you not to deal with your grief because I'm not going to charge you a set price. Whatever you think getting rid of your grief is or working through it, that's what your fee is going to be. And I think you even said if afterwards you want to give something further.
I did say that at first, yeah.
Once it's over, I was paying attention. I was watching you.
You were watching me.
So
thank you.
Yeah, so that was my only thing. Like when I tuned in, it was like we were joining you in your living room. You were on the couch, relaxed, and yeah.
Well, it's funny. I was actually thinking about you at parts of this thing, and I was going, okay, so I have to brand myself. Right now, what I'm doing more than just delivering this and trying to get people and trying to get them in this program is that I am showing the world what the Shiro's grief journey is. I'm showing women what it is. And right now, it's me and a process that I'm going to take you through. And I think that I thank you for what you said, because that's kind of what I was trying to do is I want to help you. I want to help you, and helping you is more important than anything. Am I going to do that again? No.
Right.
But next time I'm going to help them, and I'm going to help them for a price because I really want to help them.
Right.
But I think it's wonderful that you are choosing women. I have the same thoughts as you. You know, at some point Shiros may do all kinds of things. Shiros may get heroes. I just have to, in my mind, this thing is gonna go. I'm gonna get really good at it. I'm gonna get it to a point where I can have affiliates do journeys and pay me to be able to do my journey. I see it as something that, you know, when I get older, if none of my people want to learn to do it, that I could actually sell a whole business.
Shantae, I just had an idea.
What?
It just popped in my brain. It's a journey, right?
Yes.
It's a road, like they're traveling.
Yes.
Maybe they get passports.
Tell me more. I like this. I like where you're going.
Maybe they get some type of a passport, even if it's online, where when they, like, each session is like a stamp, like you traveled here. Like you travel through memories, you travel through pain you travel through, no guilt. I don't know. I used to do a program
Oh, wow.
passports for something else. It just popped in my head. And it doesn't have to be a passport, maybe something else. Like, was it Elroy or Kelly mentioned something about people getting stars or
It's like positive reinforcement.
like medals or something like that?
Badges.
Huh?
Badges.
Badges.
Yeah, maybe they could get something that's pertaining to them traveling, like through this journey. I don't know.
That's an interesting idea. I'm going to think
Popped in
about
my-
that.
popped in my brain.
Because people like when they hit milestones.
Yeah.
They like when they get recognized for those milestones, positive reinforcements.
That's how you create value.
Mm-hmm.
In people's minds, you create value by enriching the environment that you have them in. So they feel it's more valuable to go through that process than if it's just, you know, skin and bones, bare bones process and everything. You know.
What if at the end of each lesson, I sent a personal note to each person that just kind of acknowledges their successful completion of that lesson, and you know there's going to be personal stuff that they did in there and how well you did this, and I was very impressed with whatever, and I send it to each of them like emails or something.
What do you think, Elroy?
Very good.
Yeah.
What you want to do is think in terms of their pain points and what you can do to help the transformation. You know, focus them more on the transformation than their pain points. And if you have something you can give them to reinforce the transformation, yes. But now, I'm not going to say anything about the next steps or anything like that. I'm just enjoying the fact that we reached the milestone.
Yeah.
Shantae has finished her launch, and now she's servicing her clients.
Mm-hmm.
And that whole process is continuing, and we have to do some things. But she's also going to be servicing the Facebook group that she got the clients from.
Mm-hmm.
The people who are still there, the 60-some people that are still there, she's going to try and take that group and increase it so that in November or December, she can go back and maybe there'll be 300 people there for her next launch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that would be real. I have this, I don't know what it's going to turn into, but what I've been doing is writing, whether it's my consultations with Uncle or watching Kelly or doing my whatever. I have this card box full of cards that say all kinds of stuff that I did.
Mm-hmm.
So at some point I'll go through it and make it make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
just
it'll
writing
be
down ideas.
Uncle. Maybe it'll be a book called The Shero's Grief Journey.
Hey. Never know.
Never know.
You may have just spoken something into existence. So yeah, but like I said, you helped me to get clear, which is major for me. It's major. I think Elroy was kind of hinting, but I guess he needed me to find my own comfort level with it. But it became very clear that I need to be speaking to a specific audience, because if it's a specific audience, my message doesn't get lost.
If you don't mind, what does it look like in your head working with women?
I feel better watching you, and someone typed something in one day. I think you kind of made mention that it's for women that lost their moms. I don't know if someone said they lost their dad. I don't remember offhand, but there was like a nice little friendly reminder. So that right there, the light bulb just went off. Like, Yolanda, you're all over the place. And when I said I had a few people I wanted to invite to join, I realized the list I had was all men. And then I said, wow, this is a really good group. I said, but I didn't lose my mom. I lost my dad. And I said, well, what about people who lost their dad? I'm like, no, that's not what this is. There's a difference in a woman who lost her mom. And I'm like, I get it. I got it. Focus on women. Because women in the workplace or whatever, they leave the workplace for different reasons. They come back or whatever it might be. So how are you going to brand yourself? Women are doing better in the workplace, but sometimes there's still a stigma. So how do you brand yourself? How do you rebrand yourself? And I just think it's a better market and it needs to be more narrow. Otherwise, I'd have been all over the place, which I can do. I could be all over.
How many people do you have in your Facebook friends?
Me?
Yes.
I have about maybe 400.
Okay. And how many people do you have on your email list?
I would say about half of that.
About 200.
Yeah.
Okay. And how many people go to your church?
At least, I would say at least 500.
Okay. How many are women?
It's a lot of men there, but it's a good amount of women. A lot of them are, but then we also just linked up with another church. So, and there's another church that there's another church that this pastor started. He was there 35 years. So there's still an attachment to that one. So I know a few women there who are linked up to, they have what's called a jewel ministry. So that's women, a women's ministry. So, and it's very huge and very powerful.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So you have
So
like
hopefully I'll be able to work that.
fertile ground to work in.
Yeah, we'll see. But I have to get out of, like you said, you made yourself vulnerable. I have to get out of that, my vulnerable stage, because I don't, like, I have Facebook friend requests that have been sitting there for a couple of years. You know, so one did I have 400 because in the beginning I didn't do Facebook. I didn't want any Facebook. And then when I did Facebook, someone put something on there that was really not cool. And I just said, you know what? I'm not doing this. And I kind of came off of Facebook. And then maybe like a year or two later, I said, you know what? Go back. And it's been positive. But I've always been leery about accepting friend requests. So I had to kind of get past that. You know what I'm saying?
I did too, because my Facebook page, until I started this, had absolutely nobody except friends and family. I knew everybody who was on the Facebook page. What I do now is when somebody requests my friend, you can see the icon with their face.
Yeah.
I push it and go look at their profile and the kind of stuff they're posting.
Yes.
I told Uncle earlier that these three white girls requested to join the closed group. And it was just strange to me. It was like, well, where am I getting white people from?
Right.
Where am I getting white people from? And when I clicked on their pictures, it said, see my naked body or something. And I was like, oh, okay, I don't know what we were getting ready to do.
Right.
In this closed group, but that's definitely not how we're going to grieve.
Right.
And so I said no, even though there was a part of me like, the white girls, they might have money just because they want to.
But it might be the broke type. No, you did the right thing.
They're not grieving. But I wasn't comfortable with them, so I said no.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I've gotten better, and the other part is I don't how could you say it? I wouldn't use the word closed. Like I can know a bunch of people, but I don't really let people get to know me too well. Like very few people know me well, but I've gotten past it over the past few years. And it's not so much that I'm shy, I'm just very reserved as far as who I let in my space. And you can't do this type of work. It's weird. I'm extremely outgoing. When it's time for me to hustle and grind and do my thing with people, I'm okay. But now this requires a little bit more personal because it's attached to Facebook. It's attached to social media. So I have to get past that hump. And I'm cool. You guys have got me past it. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, you're articulate and intelligent and personable and genuine. I think authenticity is what you're selling. You right now in the beginning, to me, I don't know if Uncle agrees with me. You're selling Yolanda, who
Mm-hmm.
has a product, and if you know your product, you'll be absolutely fine.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be
Yeah.
absolutely fine. And it sounds like, it's really coming together for you. It's
Mm-hmm.
women. How do women need to brand themselves?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to do it now. When you start, you can trust and believe I'm coming to at least the free part.
Right.
At least the free part, because that's exactly what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
So I'm your customer.
All right.
So if you start doing stuff to help me figure out how to brand myself, if I wanted to be a manager or I wanted to do what I'm doing right now, like
Mm-hmm.
what else do I do to create this as something bigger than me?
Right. Right. Cool.
Yolanda, did you sign up for
For
Kelly's program?
I didn't.
Why not?
The one that's $6,000?
No. The free one.
You mean the one that's coming up October 28th?
Yes.
I didn't know if I should, but I will. I did see it.
Yeah, you should, because you'll see how everything unfolds.
Okay.
And by going through it a second time, now this time what you should do is create your launch right along with hers. When she's doing the planning for the 5 days, plan your 5 days. Everything she's talking about to do, you do at the same time, and you'll have your whole thing. Did you open up your Facebook closed group yet?
I didn't. I was gonna probably do it this weekend, Elroy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't open it yet.
You do have the other group though, right? The
Yeah.
group, the page.
Yes.
You have the Facebook page.
Yeah. But I'll do that. I might do it tomorrow morning, actually. Yeah, I'll get it done.
Am I on your page?
Your business page.
I don't think so.
What did you name your Facebook business page?
I left it My Brand Institute, but I think I may need, that was the thing. I want to make sure I name it properly. I don't know if do I leave that?
Well, let's see.
Because I didn't really do a logo for it.
Okay.
But I had it as My Brand Institute. But I think that's going down the line as it builds. I think right now I need to narrow it down to just like Brand Yourself Launchpad, like keep it more specific.
My Brand Institute is spelled out?
Yes.
INSTIT, all that?
I don't remember. Can you send invites from there?
I think so.
If you get a chance, send me an invite, because one of the things, I didn't ask people to do this for me, but one of the things that was very helpful was I had one or two people who always responded to my posts, who made posts of their own on the page. You know what I mean? So that you get somebody who's at least interacting with you, that people can see how you're responding. They can see what your
Got
post,
it.
the personality of your post. So
Okay.
if you start posting, then I can start responding and give you some energy.
Okay.
Is this your page?
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't have a cover picture, anything.
Right.
You have work to do. You have
It
work.
was like you don't have anything.
Well, let's see. What do you have? You have photos?
I didn't put anything on there.
Right.
Should I be putting photos of me or like
Well, right now, what
what
you should,
photos?
right now you should be putting in, let's see.
Like little messages and stuff?
Shantae, what is your page?
Shiro's Grief Journey.
Okay. And oh, you have two of them. Now, what's all that about?
The first one is my business page.
And
And
the
the
second,
second one is the closed group. I don't know
I
what
see.
that is.
Right, it says page, then group. Okay. Right. My bad. All right, so this is the page. And you have a picture. You have posts.
Okay.
51 people like this, including Yolanda Brisbane. Okay. Okay, so this is the page. And the page, you can do a little more connecting to the group. And then the group is, I guess we'll just leave that. So you see the difference, huh?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, big difference. Mine looks like nobody's home.
And then the Shiro's Grief Journey group. A lot of information.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's the difference.
Yes.
Excuse me. All righty then.
Your coach will help you.
Huh?
Your coach will help you. My coach helped me.
Yes.
And that looks like a lot of stuff. And it really is once or twice a day I go on and say something.
Yeah, no, that's not a that I don't have an issue with that. Like I said, I'm just really getting past the okay, you gotta open this thing up, you gotta invite people, so yeah.
It's gonna excite you as it starts to happen, as you do the first thing and you see the first new person on your page, you're gonna go, yay, like it's working, I'm doing it. I was in here talking to myself at times like, girl, you are doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It take the first step.
Right.
Find a picture and put it on there that describes what you want to do.
Okay.
Or what it means. That was the hard thing too. Figuring out pictures.
Yeah.
Was my first thought. Didn't always have a picture that reflected what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you one example. I was trying to figure out the 5 stages of grief, and they're written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as if they're hierarchical.
Right.
When in fact they intersect in whatever. And trying to figure out what to say that, I actually found a star.
Mm-hmm.
And so the star intersects in the middle, they each
Right.
intersect at some point.
Okay.
So it described what I wanted to say. So you have to think, if you're trying to think branding, what does that mean? Is it if you get somebody that looks a certain way? Is it a picture that you go take yourself of something and post it? But that's what I did. I used the dove because doves represent life and love and all of these wonderful things, and is common with. I have it on my arm, as a matter of fact, and the road was a journey. But I tried to do a compass and all kinds of things before I found the road that looked like the road I wanted people to be on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Parting words, parting thoughts.
I will, between tomorrow and Friday, I'll go ahead and do that. And I will invite you guys so that you know that I've done it and I'm moving.
Okay.
I just want to thank both of you guys for helping me through the whole thing from the beginning, but this part in particular, because in another place, in another time, I probably would not have allowed myself to do this.
It's your season. It's your time.
And you guys are helping me through, so thank you.
Yeah, we're helping each other. Thank you.
Okay.
I can see clearly now that Shantae has gone first.
Yeah. Could we be singers on Delroy?
Oh, I would get no customers.
Me either, but
they would
all
say,
right, so let's don't do that.
She needs to go see a psychiatrist.
That's not a good business for us. Okay.
Yeah, not me. No.
So you do my branding institute. I'm gonna do Shiro's grief journey. Yes. And okay, Roy, what you doing?
Epic.
Well, when I give my testimony, I'm gonna say in 12 weeks with Epic, I was able to do this. I will not tell them it was 32 weeks. Because my ass was retarded. Like, in 12 weeks, this is what he was
I was laughing with one of my friends, and she said, well, when is your class?
What, Elroy?
I said, I'm in the 30th week of the 8-week course. What?
Elroy, like,
yeah.
Woo.
Yeah,
but we're going to do it. Well, Shantae,
right. You're going to finish this.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Yes, and you're going to have customers.
Yes.
My job is easier than both of yours because I'm helping people learn how to make money.
Mm-hmm.
So if you take this course, you create your course, you can do it until you make money and you're able to afford to pay for the course. That's kind of what Kelly's doing.
Right.
But some people are doing with what you're doing, Yolanda, is finding the part where people increase their income by what you help them do.
Mm-hmm.
So that it's worthwhile to them to work with you because you're helping them to increase their income. So if you think of a point like that, like, for example, women who are trying to get promoted or a raise, do you know about how women could, what they need to do to get a raise?
Mm-hmm.
Or what they would need to do to increase their skills and apply for a higher paying job?
Mm-hmm.
And those are two things that would mean if I pay this money to Yolanda for this course, that means I'm going to increase my income going forward from then on. So this might be worth a $10,000 raise. Or it might mean that I can now go for the supervisor's job, which is like a $10,000, $15,000 raise.
Mm-hmm.
So
of the things you might consider, I know when I was working, one of the things I really had a hard time doing was negotiating.
Me, I used to also. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there really wasn't anybody to teach me to
Is that
negotiate.
Ernie?
Huh?
I said,
Oh, yes, Ernie.
No, I just put his name up. That's not Ernie.
Oh, I'm like, huh?
That's
Okay.
not Ernie.
That's Ernie.
How do you know that's Ernie?
Because I see Ernie's name. I only
But-
know what Ernie looks like because Ernie came to my course too.
Aw.
He came in and he sent me somebody as well.
Yep, I
There's
see.
Ernie.
Hey. Welcome to the party.
How are you, Ernie? He don't have sound.
Ernie's got stuff.
And he's driving it, looks like.
Yeah.
Is that a do-rag Ernie's got on?
He's saying something.
I think he's, you're right, it's either not working or he's on mute, but I don't see his microphone in the corner with the X through it.
He muted it for a second and then it came on, he muted it and then nothing happened. I see his finger.
There he is.
Hey, Ernie. How are you?
Ernie, we see you.
Hello? Ernie?
Ernie's not talking.
You missed some good stuff tonight. But Elroy recorded.
Oh yeah, right. Let me turn the recording off.
I can't hear guys. I don't know if y'all can hear me.
We can hear you now.
We
But,
can hear you.
Hello, so I'm late. Just getting out of work. Headed home now.
All right, cool. Well, the session was actually incredible. Shantae did a lot of the teaching through sharing her experience of her first launch. It was really, really incredible. But Elroy recorded, so I don't know how that works, you know, him getting it to you.
Yeah, I can send everybody a link.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Uncle Elroy, can you send me that sheet you filled out too?
Sure. Ernie, can you hear us? I guess he can't. Ernie?
Can y'all at least see me?
Yep.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
Hi, we see
Give me
you.
a wave if you can see me. Give me a wave. I can't hear nothing. Just wave at the camera and then I know you. Oh, you can hear me?
Wave your
Yes.
hand in the air.
Okay. I see you waving.
Yep.
Hi there, Yolanda.
Hey.
How are you? Oh, you can't hear us. Yes. Talking to him, he can't hear.